My 4-H career began with the influence of my older brother, who was a 12-year 4-H member and is 7 years older than me. I like to joke around that I've been involved in 4-H since birth, because I was always dragged to all of his 4-H activities. At the time, I saw these moments as a chance to play in the sand at the fairgrounds, draw stickman portraits of my family, or show off for the older kids in the room. This gradually turned into my desire to show pigs without being in the Pee-wee drive, work on record books, and leave home for 4-H camp. Now I can say 4-H has turned into so much more than I ever anticipated. 4-H is where I have grown into a leader. Hi, my name is Emily Glenn, and during the 2017-18 4-H year, I was a senior at Scott Community High School. Without the support of my parents, Roger and Tony Glenn, I never would have been able to make the strides in my 4-H career that I have. Out of the 7 projects I'm enrolled in this year, my favorite is a leadership project as it pertains to all of my other projects and is where I've seen the most growth. Throughout my project, I've learned how to organize and lead a workshop, how to more effectively lead a small group of teenagers, and how to use my strengths to make the best better. Out of all of my learning experience, my favorite has to be running for an office on the Kansas 4-H Youth Leadership Council. Being my second year on the council, I wanted to run for an office. However, a small detail was holding me back: the fact that it was generally tradition for the officers to give a speech at KYLF. After influence from those around me, I realized I was allowing one small detail to hold me back from a year full of opportunities. From this experience, I gained confidence and, most importantly, kept the concept in mind while making other decisions. Regardless my fear, I ran for office and was elected to be secretary of the Kansas 4-H Youth Leadership Council. I love sharing this experience with others in hopes that they too can learn from it. By far, my biggest goal this year was to attend the National 4-H Conference. Despite the strenuous process, I was able to use all of my skills learned throughout my 4-H career to be chosen to attend the National 4-H Conference. I, along with 3 other Kansas girls, attended National 4-H Conference in April in Washington, D.C. I'm not exaggerating, this was my favorite 4-H experience. With a mixture of hard-working and high-achieving 4-H members, different viewpoints, and passion, my roundtable group of 14 teenagers managed to put together a presentation about our influence on the agriculture industry for the United States Senate Ag Committee. In addition, I had the opportunity to share my 4-H story with legislators, encouraging them to fund the organization. I'd love to tell you more about my experience, but due to time, I'm going to ask you to refer to my project story. Like I said earlier, my favorite project is a leadership project as it pertains to all of my projects. I'm constantly using my leadership skills to fulfill my roles, and also to plan project meetings and community service projects. With agriculture being my second passion behind leadership, I've been trying to create a meat judging program in Scott County for the past 3 years. I got individuals interested in the competition, organized and led practices, and asked for help from alumni. Finally, this year, all of my work and the dedication from my teammates paid off. We received first place at the Kansas State Meat Judging Contest. Of course, we were beyond excited, but with that came a little disappointment. Since one of my teammates and I were continuing our meat judging career in college and would be under instruction at the college at the time of the national contest, we would not be able to compete at the national contest. Despite this, I'm going to continue to help coach and mentor the remaining members so that they too can eventually achieve their goal of competing at nationals. As you've heard, this project has made a huge impact on my 4-H career and will continue to make an impact on my life. My planned future career of agriculture education is centered around my love for leadership. I hope to become an agriculture teacher or a 4-H and an extension agent so I can make an impact on students and members just as individuals have done for me these past 17 years. With one additional year remaining in 4-H, I hope to become president of the Kansas 4-H Youth Leadership Council, hold a leadership lock-in for the area, host a leadership training for officers of the organizations at the high school, and begin a collegiate 4-H program at Garden City Community College. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video.